Well, hello everybody. I want to do a video on tightlining. Here we out here on Boone Lake today. It is December. Let me get this right. December 6th. It'll be that Thursday. I can't keep up on my days off. I can't keep up with anything. But I want to do a video on tightlining. I've showed tightlining videos before, but I've really never done anything. And I just want to do a simple setup. After seeing some deer up there on that side of that ridge, that was pretty cool. But I want to go over a simple setup as far as tackle, what you need, where you need to fish. Nathan Lott had got me started on this. I used to never fish in the winter time, but Nathan kind of got me hooked on this tightlining deal, and so I'm going to go over basic setup right now from rod, reel, what I like, what I prefer, and go from there. Rods, this happened to be a Lew's Speed Stick Mock rod. This is a 611, but it can handle the lighter lures. Reels, I like Lew's, but I like a 5 to 0, 5 to 1 gear ratio. I prefer a slower action, because I'm not trying to pick up too much line. I'm trying to get depth out of this thing. Trying to make sure we ain't drifting in towards the bank. 4-pound test line is a must. 4-pound clear, I prefer clear, is P line. So on these, and this is a 2000 series reel, so it's going to take a lot of line. Buy bigger spools, and then you don't have to worry about it taking a whole spool. Now comes what kind of lure am I throwing. This here is a Z-Doos. This happens to be a duck feather purple. Jackie Hodge makes these, him and his wife. And 1/8 ounce. When I'm tightlining, it's 1/8 to 3/16 ounce. If I want to float and fly, 1/16. There is the setup of that tightline fly. Like I said, Jackie Hodge from Z-Doos. You can get these at Watson's Marine, up in Bluff City. What I want to do now, I showed you the rod, reel, line, lure. Now, what you want to look for out here, you want to look for 45-degree angle banks, straight up and down bluffs. And I like to tightline on points as long as it's a deep enough point. I don't do it on shallow points. These fish can go deep in the wintertime. You know, it's not uncommon for them to go 30, 60 foot deep in the wintertime. What I like to do is throw towards the bank, cast on 45-degree angle bank. That's probably my favorite. I cast this thing about, maybe 3 foot out from the water's edge, and just slowly reel this on a little bit of a slack line. You don't want a tight line. Again, I know it's called tight lining, but you don't want to do this on a tight line. You have to have a little bit of bow in your line, or you're not going to get no depth out of this. And what happens is you shake your rod real lightly, at the same time you're barely reeling. Next thing is, how do you know when you get a bite? Well, these fish just load up on this 1/8 ounce lure. Next thing you know, you're just slowly reeling, shaking that rod just a little bit. At the same time you're reeling, you just load up. These fish just load up and you just feel weight. When you feel that weight, you better jerk, because these fish ain't going to give you too much opportunity to give them a second chance. Now I like to put a little scent on it too sometimes. I like smelly jelly. I like putting the shad on. Uh, I also will use Jackie Hodges 1/8 ounce Berkeley gulp heads, or he's come out with the new sickle heads. But right now, I'm going to try this purple and duck feather. I've never used it out here on Boone. I've used it in different lakes and did really good, but I'm going to try it out here on Boone and just see how I can do with it. But that is the setup. That is the type of banks you need to fish, and I just want to go over a simple setup with you and show you where to fish it, how to fish it, and I've done just that. And I hope you pick something up from this tightline video. Uh, it's best too to get with somebody and just come out here, because it's a whole lot easier watching somebody and picking up on some things than it is sitting here explaining to you. But I'm gonna fish this a little bit. Water temperatures, the Lowrance says 48 degrees, so we're gonna try tightlining out here on Boone and just see how we do. And I'll probably put some videos out of that. But for now, we're gonna throw Jackie Hodges Z-Doos, purple and duck feather, and see how this day turns into. Sun's coming up, starting to get bright. Probably have to put the shades on here before too long. Oh, going back to the rods, 6.6 to, I've got a 7.4 in the boat here too I may throw. But that is the whole setup, and I hope you pick something up and get out here in the wintertime and try it on these East Tennessee lakes, or anywhere where the water temperature is 55 or below. And you can put a boat in. Get it, come out here and give it a try. It don't matter if you have a John boat, kayak, paddleboard, whatever. I don't really prefer a paddleboard, but kayak, canoe, John boat, bass boat, come out here and give it a try. You'll be surprised. It took me a year or two to pick it up. Don't give up, folks. You're going to catch them on it too. So we're going to go. One other thing I forgot to tell you is a loop knot. If you look closely on that Z-Doos, you'll see a loop knot. You see how close I've got that to the eye. But then again, it has play. You need that play. That's what gives the action. When you shake your rod and that thing's moving a little bit, that's what them fish see. But loop knot, do not tie it straight directly to that eye. You will not get bit. I've done that for a year and couldn't figure out why I was getting bit. The whole key is that loop knot. And I'm gonna give it some try and hope y'all pick something up from this. Remember, water temperature 55 or below is when you want to do this. Same way in the spring when it's coming back up. Gets up to 55, start throwing jerk bait, spinner bait, something else. Put down the fly. So this is the East Tennessee wintertime technique. And it works not only in Tennessee, but it works in your neck of the woods too. And enough talking, now I'm going to get fishing. Thank you all.